Hi everybody, it's Christina here. It's been a long time since I've done a video reading for you, about a year I believe, and it's with my greatest of pleasure that I'm doing these again for you. Today you might have to excuse my voice a little bit. I'm just recovering from a cold, so it's been a bit hectic the last 12 months, hence the reason I've been offline. However, today I'd like to do a reading for you for June and the energy surrounding June, in the hope to give you a bit of a guidance to get you ahead where you want to go. So the deck that we're using today is the Wisdom of Avalon deck by Colette Baron Reid. This is one of my favourite decks. I have a great connection to Avalon. I take on board that they're my sisters and that heritage is there, and everything Avalon represents is what I'm here to do this lifetime. So let's get started without further ado. So what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle the cards as usual. I'll pull out 3 cards for the month of June. So it'll be for the beginning of June, middle of June, and towards the end of June. So we're looking at what you need to start working on, how you need to progress with that, and then how you need to finish off that month for a productive month. So I hope this works well for you, and I hope you enjoy. So I'll just give the cards a little bit of a shuffle, and as usual, we'll pull out 3 cards. So the first card we pulled out is the Spider card. Now I hope you can see that okay. Basically the Spider card is all about creative projects. So what this means is that at this time of your life, there are projects that you perhaps have put your mind into place over the last few years with all the changes in the world and in your own personal circumstances, and you're now being told that this is the time for you to make a move on those creative projects that you've been working on. Now is the time to put those plans into action and get things happening where you want to. So it's about envisioning and crafting and manifesting what it is that you want in this lifetime. So all those wonderful ideas that you've had for the last several years while we've been going through the shifts and the changes, they're all starting to come to a point where it's time. So the time for you now is to look at those creative ideas that you've had and start putting some of them into action. The second card, so this is towards the middle of June, we got this Stag card. Now the Stag card represents pride and leadership. This to me represents not so much the fact that you shouldn't be proud of what you're doing, but be mindful of who you talk to about your ideas. Make sure that you're sharing them with just trusted persons in your life. Keep things to yourself a little bit to keep them safe and protected until you can get them into fruition. But if you have a trusted confidant, by all means go ahead. The flip side of that is the leadership side, and the leadership side speaks to you about taking charge of this project. You know, quite often what we do is we get an idea and our negative feedback talk comes in and says, well, no, you can't do that, or no, you haven't got enough money, we haven't got the time or the energy, or pick 1,000 different excuses. However, in those times we tend to go, oh, what do you think? And oh, what do you think? And we end up asking so many people their opinions that we forget what we want. So the leadership aspect coming up in the middle of June is for you to really sit with your ideas, know that they're your ideas, and make sure that they fill you with the joy that you're expecting, and make sure that it's okay to get that advice from other people, but make sure it resonates with you. Don't just do something because somebody says, oh, you should, unless it truly resonates with you at a much deeper level. So in the middle of the month, just be mindful of who you speak with. Speak with trusted confidants about your projects and your ideas, and then when it comes time to putting it into place, take the necessary steps yourself that are right for you, because if you listen to too many people, those wonderful creative ideas will get put to the back burner once again. So then towards the end of the month, the end of June, we have the beautiful Owl coming through. And again, he's a bit of a dual card because he speaks of deception, but he also speaks of wisdom. So it's as if through all the advice that you have been getting, not just through the month of June, but throughout the last few years when things have been falling apart around you, you can pick out of there what you like. You can pick out of there and know and trust what you're being told is truth, or whether what you're being told is actually designed to sort of throw you off your path a little bit. So it's really about coming back to center, reflecting back on the middle of the month where you need to take charge of your own life, your own creative projects, and really ensuring that the wisdom that you're listening to is actually coming from yourself, okay, from your highest self, from your intuitive processes. We are very intelligent beings. We all have this wonderful intuitive aspect to ourselves, and the problem is, unfortunately, so many of us just don't listen to it, and we find we're running here, there, everywhere, and before you know it, it all becomes too hard and we feel overwhelmed, and so we throw in the towel. So the owl is here to show you the way. You know, the owl is an amazing creature. It can see very well in the dark, and it's also known as the flightless bird, not because it can't fly, but because when it does fly, you can't hear it. It's such a silent flying bird. And so this again can take on board for yourself. It's like going back again to that leadership and that questioning. Just sit with it, fly under the radar a little bit, just keep your faith, keep yourself trusted, listen to yourself, follow your own guidance, and best part of all, be discerning in everything that you do. So overall, for the month of June, it's a very productive month. It's a very creative month if you just allow the process to come through. And I do know that at the moment, life is hectic again for a lot of us. So it's really up to you to, excuse me, to just sit with it, listen to your own self, and follow your own guidance. Excuse me again. I hope that helps you, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Bye.